Hey everyone, it's Candace Richardson Dickens. I am back from Costa Rica and I want to wish you all the warmth that I experienced for 5 days. Now look, now I'm back wearing not one but two coats and a hat. So I want to talk today about something very serious. If you've been watching my Instagram, one of the things that you get to see is I'm talking about changing perspective, right? If you're looking behind me, you see this beautiful picture. But if I shift it, what you'll see is Ilana Van Zen's book, Peace and Broken Pieces. And one of the things I want to look at is the alarming number of women who are silently being killed by cardiovascular disease. It's the number one killer in America. And if you are a woman of color, if you're specifically a Black woman, it is you make up 59% of women who suffer from heart attacks and strokes. So the question becomes, why? What is silently killing us? What is causing our heart and our brains to attack us? Now, if you're like a woman like me, only a train can stop, right? Friends may try to stop me by holding onto my legs, pulling on my shirt, go, no, no, Candace, right? But here's the truth. It's a silent killer because there is something silently that you're not dealing with that's dealing with you. And what happens is that we're like a pressure cooker, right? When something bothers us, we push it down and we get through it, right? And we go, oh, I got through it. But we don't remember that thing we push down, that anger, that avoidance, that frustration, we push it down and we get it done. But the body keeps a score. The body doesn't remember. So today you pushed it down, and today's a good day. You had a good outcome. But what happens tomorrow? And what happens the next day when there's a problem? And you are the only one, supposedly, who can fix it. You're the only one that has to be at multiple places at multiple times. I have this amazing friend who journeyed with me to Costa Rica and who unfortunately was very uncomfortable on the plane ride. It was too cold, right? For a normal person, it's cold, but for someone who has an autoimmune disorder, it's extremely cold. So they were cold from being on the plane. And then we get off the plane for our next flight in our vacation at 8 o'clock p.m. And we were supposed to board. And we should have gotten home at about 11 o'clock. Well, how about this? The 8 o'clock plane had to keep going around because there weren't enough planes in one space. So it went around so many times that it ran out of fuel. And then it ran out of fuel, and we had to go back in and had to refuel. And guess what? The plane pilot had run out of not the number of hours they could work, just like truck drivers. There's only a certain number of hours they can work. So what happened? Our 11 o'clock arrival became an 8:30 arrival. So this is the good thing. They pulled out all the juices, all the sodas, all the pretzels. And for the first time in a decade, I had first class food because of the fact that they realized that we were stuck, not stuck for 2 hours. We were stuck in an airport. And they gave us the option of, you can eat. The only place was open was Subway. And there was no guarantee that once they took you there, they'll take you back. So for many of us, we made the best of a bad situation. For me, I was like, oh, okay, I'll do some notes. I'll read a book. I'll listen to some ratchet music, right? I'll take this time and do something that's proactive for myself, right? I'm a certified yoga therapist, certified meditation therapist, and I'm a certified trauma therapist that does EMDR, brain spotting, so I can spot myself in a minute to bring me down. But I watched my friend suffer with a bad foot that she had just had surgery on. And I realized coldness because the temperature determines how you feel. So for some people who've taken exams in cold places, you're not warm and fuzzy. But if I put you in a warm place, in a warm blanket, right, and I allow the body to relax, it impacts the mood. The environment always shapes how the mood is. If I put you in a situation that's hostile, where people don't like you because of your gender, your ethnicity, your race, your height, right, your eyesight, it creates a climate. And when we are in fight flight mode, right, all the energy goes from the extremities, hands, and feet, and it goes towards the heart because the heart says, get ready. We may have to do something, right? So we're sitting in this place, and I'm just like, okay, listening to my music, doing what I got to do. But I'm watching my friend struggle. And then it occurred to me that she hasn't had rest. I mean, I'm on a plane and I drop asleep at a minute at a hand. The moment I go back, I'm knocked out. I'm sleeping. It may not mean I'm resting because, the difference between rest and sleep. Sleep is part of when you dream, but resting is when the body is still. Resting is when you can take those breaths. Resting is when I can lower my shoulder. Resting is when I can soften the face. Right? I'm resting. I'm still. I'm motionless. I'm present. I'm not in my head. I'm comfortable within my body. I'm grounded. My feet are on the ground. But what happens when you have a foot that's broken and you're cold and you can't get anything to eat? Then the body can't rest because it can't get comfortable. So I watched this friend go from being cold to being uncomfortable and being in pain because all our luggage was on the plane in Baltimore, right? So you can't even access your own medication. You can't even do the self-care that is necessary. So I watched this beautiful friend struggle. And I said, wow, this is why African American women are at 59% in terms of heart disorder, because we don't get rest. But then I looked at women in general. A lot of my friends, like, and I made friends because, I'm friendly and cute. A lot of them said, I have my kids' Valentine's Day stuff. So when I get off here, I got to rush home and take them to school and make sure they're good and set up for Valentine's Day. Then I got to go to work and then I got to pick them back up and I want to do something special for them. And I'm like, wow, you're going from a place of sleep deprivation into mommy mode. Or for some people, they'll say, no, my kids are grown. I just got to go to work. I got to do this. Or you know what? I'm going to delay them. And instead of going to BWI, I'm going to ride to Dallas or Reagan. And then I'm going to try to figure out how to get from there. So I'm like, wow. So you're going from trauma mode, where you're not quite sure when the next flight is, to pushing yourself into an airport where your car's not at. So you're in solution mode. And then once you get to your destination, you still can't rest because you got to be in solution mode and do some more work. Then it hit me, wow. So I'm watching women on the phone, talking to loved ones, keeping their breath, and still doing some other stuff, multitasking, but not resting. And then the queen of rest was doing her breathing, taking as many sodas as I can because they were free, eating the pretzels, and making sure that in between the things I was doing, I was resting and I was laughing. Because I found a friend who was like, look, I'm hooking up on sodas because I can't normally get on these sodas. And I said, me too, right? Because laughter feels good. So the things that we push in that pressure pot, laughter makes it come up. We're able to see things differently. From doom, gloom to, I can laugh at this. I can sustain this. I can find positive meaning in this. So we get, finally, at 5:30, we board the plane. And I watch my friend, and she's still uncomfortable, and she hasn't slept. But remember, I said I could sleep anywhere. So while we were doing that turn and, refueling, I was asleep. So I wasn't as tired because they send me to sleep. Have a good meal, and I get the sleepies. I'm not going to call it what I was going to call it. I get the sleepies. So one of the things, I looked at my friend, and I said, you are a good person. You're just overwhelmed. And people were like, no. And I said, you are a good person. You're just overwhelmed because you haven't had rest. You haven't had a pause. And this is a disappointing situation for everyone. Just because I'm not agitated doesn't mean I'm not disappointed. That I'm showing it differently. because I found some things that were good. I got some free sodas, some free pretzels. I got some work done. I made some friends. I took a breath. And I wasn't physically in pain, and she was in pain. And as soon as she got off, she jumped on the line to speak to a relative who needed support. And then she got online, you know, and had to do some other things. So she couldn't rest. Whereas my husband picked me up and, took me to my office, to see clients, and I watched my friend get in an Uber and not rest. And then it hit me as I watched other women get into Ubers, get into vans, and not being able to rest. Constantly moving, thinking, planning, but not resting. Not being able to be still and not stilling into gratitude. And one of the things I said to people is, oh my God, I'm so grateful that this plane did not crash. I'm so grateful that what happened with those passengers did not happen with us, because we could have had a pilot who pushed it and would have fallen asleep. And I said, I'm so grateful, right? Because part of our resting is, what are you grateful for? Notice how I'm rocking the body. Taking the breath in. Letting it meet up to the heartbeat. Lower those shoulders down. And think about one thing you're grateful for. One person you're grateful for. Or if there's someone who loves you to pieces, just seeing them. And seeing what they would want for you at this moment. And it probably is peace. And just sitting there in that peace. Right? Because part of rest is not sleep. My rest became when I was able to contact with my breath. And I was able to talk to some people about what this experience has been like. Or when I was just still. Because resting is stillness. So as a trauma therapist, I'll say to people, when you come through this door, whether you're coming for brain spotting, internal family systems, you're coming for EMDR, eye movement desensitization reprocessing, you're coming for somatic work or Reiki work. I said, part of the experience is you got to release the energy from the body. And the other part is we got to process what just happened. But instead of processing, we push it down. And it comes out in ways that don't always honor us, where we're yelling and we're short-tempered and we're critical and we're, and our heart feels all of that, right? Because a body that's in rest goes into fight mode. What does that mean? The adrenaline from your adrenaline gland hits the heart beats fast, body stays tense, right? And the norepinephrine from the brain says, keep it up, right? So the body never gets to rest. It stays in fight-flight mode. So is it a surprise that we are the number one group with heart issues when our heart doesn't get to rest? Where our mind is always thinking about what to do next, who to be next, who to help next. So my why about why I became not just a trauma-informed therapist, but I should do mind body work where I do restorative yoga, restorative flow, which is really rest, right? Where I might have you just laying down in your chair with a pillow underneath your head, with your feet up. And the goal is just to rest. It's to slow down the heart so that your heart doesn't attack you. To slow down the brain, because the brain and the heart and lungs are connected. So if I can slow down the brain, I can slow down the heart. If I can slow down the heart, I can slow down the breathing. And if I can slow down the breathing, you're in a rhythm that sounds like this. But oftentimes we're in go mode. And so the breathing sounds like, or I'm holding my breath as I'm getting things done. And then I'll say, I can only rest when things get finished. No. By then it's too late, because that cooker keeps building and building tension. And even when things are finished, that tension doesn't go away, because tension is energy. It just shows up in another form. And it sits on you. And then what happens is people are like, I don't know, why are you so sensitive? Why are you always going off? Well, because I haven't released the energy. I haven't talked it out. I haven't processed it with a trauma-informed provider. Or I haven't done the thing of resting, right? Like when I invite people to come restorative, they're like, rest? All we're going to do is rest. Girl. Mm. Sir, you think all you're going to do is rest? Ma'am, you think all you're going to do is rest? You're going to do rest and you're going to do breathing and you're going to do meditation and you're going to do grounding and you might do about 3 to 4 poses. But it really is about slowing the heart down, slowing the mind down, and releasing that pressure cooker so that it's almost empty and you can breathe. So the best parts of you can come alive. The most creative parts of you can come alive. I don't want you to go to sleep because if you go to sleep, you're not present. I want you to be present while this gift happens. And my heart went out to my friend as I watched her get into the Uber. And my text to her is to every woman, especially women of color who are at a higher rate of cardiovascular, but it's to every woman, every mother, every sister, every cousin, right? Everyone who identifies as he, she, her. Is take care of your heart is by taking care of your body. Taking care of your body is by taking care of your soul. Taking care of your soul is by really looking at you as being a gift that needs to be handled gently, a gift that needs to be loved on. And rest for us thinking, I go for a walk. Well, that's not rest, your emotion, right? You're in fight, flight, just is not about running, and it's movement. And if I put you in stillness, hands up, take a breath in, 1, 2, kind of 4, through the nose, and take a breath out to the count of 8. If you beat me there, that's okay. Lower the shoulders. Just stay there for a second. Locate a part of the body that's calm. It could be a butt cheek, it could be an earlobe, it could be a nose, it could be the back of your neck. I want you to just breathe, just normal. I want you to connect to that place. I want your full attention to be on that place. And if your face is tight like this, I want you to relax it. Open the mouth a little bit, allow the tongue to be at the bottom of the mouth, softening the face, softening the throat, softening the shoulders so they fall back, softening the arm so the hands can rest on the laps, softening the belly so you're not pushing in and out, softening the rib cage so they expand slowly and contract with each breath, and even softening the chest and making space for rest and peace. And allow the feeling beneath the bottom of your body, the buttocks. Notice the warmth that's there. And if this sitting up position is uncomfortable, leave that. Stretch out your legs. And imagine a flow of light, like a stream, just pouring from the top of your head. Breathe with the light of a star, not too bright, but bring you with the warmth coming in through the top of the head, the crown. And imagine you're just warming each part of the body the way ripples do or waves do. They just come and they go, and they don't have to wash you out. But with each breath in, breathing in peace, and each exhale through the mouth, allow that stream just to flow through the body so that it flows like a ripple or a soft wave. And it brings a sense of peace as it washes over the body. And taking its time, because some places might need a little bit more of that stream, that energy, that warmth that comes with peace. And allow it to flow all the way until it gets to the bottom of your feet. And then imagine all that energy going from beneath the feet beneath the carpet or wood, beneath the carpet, the concrete, underneath the carpet or the wood. And allow it to be like roots that travel into the ground. And allow the roots to be full of light that move like a weave, that just stretching out and taking a breath in. Allow bringing something special from those roots, bringing them back into the body slowly so they enter from the bottom of the feet. They spread through all the toes. And breathing in again. Allow them slowly coming to the ankle, coming to the legs, the calves, letting them rest where they need to. And allow them to bring you the relief of the earth. And softening as each flow comes in like a ripple, rippling its way through the pelvis, the belly button, the diaphragm, the ribs, the chest, and also simultaneously creeping up the arms, and allowing the shoulders just to lower a little bit more as you connect to that feeling that the wave brings of peace that comes from the earth where all life begins. Make its way into the face and softening the face so the tongue's at the bottom. Making its way to the third eye in between the eyebrows, giving you the kiss of wisdom, and allow it to lead through the top of the head, and breathing in slowly through the mouth, through the nose, and breathing out, releasing any tension through the mouth and through the crown of the head, so that all that's left is safety and security. Then placing a hand on your heart, thanking this heart for remembering that beyond Valentine's Day, you love you. You will take care of you. You deserve to live a long life, longer and stronger and healthier, because you matter. Not just to the world, but you matter to you. And by any means necessary, you're going to create a boundary that will protect this heart the way you protect everyone else in your family. You're going to give you an opportunity for the first time in a long time to be self-caring, self-centered, self-loving, but having a sense of self. Because we need you around, not to help other people, but there's a purpose in life that you've got to serve for you. There was a reason you were born. There's something you got to do in your life that has not been done. This is your time to shine. If you're looking for a clinician, I'm always accepting new clients. So just visit me at CandiceRDickens.com. And if you're interested in some mind-body work, meditation, or restorative yoga, just to rest, visit me at Color Trauma and Healing. And you know my channel is Dope Black Therapist, so you're always welcome to come back in. Be good to yourself. Check me out on Instagram as well and TikTok. Until then, love on you the way you would love on the person you love the most. Give to you unselfishly until your heart bursts joy and kindness. Take care, my friends, until we see each other again.